Hello, good morning everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is exactly 10 o'clock a.m. Nigerian time. Today, as we all know, Nnamdi Kanu will be appearing before Justice Binta Nyako, according to the notice they received some time ago. So today, we are going to have a very broad public opinion broadcast. So as you are joining, you can call in to tell us what you think about today's broadcast. We are going to discuss a lot of things today. Today's court proceeding, I mean to say. And also, you can join us live using the link of the StreamYard here. If Nnamdi Kanu is not released today, it is a direct attack to the Igbo nation entirely. This is what is coming from the Igbo elders. They are saying that if Nnamdi Kanu is not released today, that it is an attack to Igbo nations, of which we know that the federal government of Nigeria are adamant to releasing him. That is what we know, despite all permutation and so on and so forth. We are going to dig deep and, unfold a lot of things today with you. So stay with me. As I said, you can call in as you come to share your thought with us. This arrest and rearrest, kidnap and re-kidnapping has been going on since 2014 through 2015, and up till now. It is so unfortunate that there is no Nigerian court that has been able to, find this man guilty of his crime. At a time, do you remember what happened? That was some years ago, where appeal court of Nigeria says Nnamdi Kanu free. It was a memorable day, that very day, because if people are telling you that federal government is this, politicians are that, don't believe anything they are saying, because when appeal court freed Nnamdi Kanu, that was an opportunity for them to let everything go. That very morning, I was just, I was working, I was doing something before I received the news in prime time, okay? It was prime time from Arise News. This was the news I received that very day, and I am eager to see the news coming again. We are ready to hear this kind of news again. Just take a listen.
I want to kick off with this news that broke a few hours ago. Nigeria's appeal court dropping all charges against the separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu after ruling that he had been illegally arrested abroad. The court also ruled that his extradition had been illegal. What's your assessment of it?
We are going to come into that and explain that video, okay? That was what happened before when the Court of Appeal released Nnamdi Kanu, when they freed him. Now, you see, the Igbo politicians, the Igbos, I don't think that they have shown enough attitude against the federal government for the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. This is what I mean. What Nnamdi Kanu is facing today, no one has ever faced it in Nigeria. And I'm going to explain to you. Have you ever seen anybody arrested and called set him free and the federal government not freeing him? Instead, they are freeing Boko Harams, freeing all sort of people, freeing anybody they want to free. They are doing all kinds of things, freeing terrorists, putting them into the society, doing what they want, but someone that the court has set free, they refuse to free him. Yeah. It's unfortunate, because if I come out sometimes to tell people that Court of Appeal has freed, what is it called, Nnamdi Kanu, this is what Supreme Court said, this is what Supreme Court said, regarding his kidnap, regards the invasion of the military to his house, but people find it difficult to understand, okay? Now, I want us to listen to this video, because very soon, by the grace of God, this is the kind of news we're about to hear.
I want to kick off with this news that broke a few hours ago. Nigeria's appeal court dropping all charges against the separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu after ruling that he had been illegally arrested abroad. The court also ruled that his extradition had been illegal. What's your assessment of that?
Yeah, thank you, Charles. I think it's a good day for Nigeria. It's a good day for rule of law. If you read the judgment, the appeal court is very clear that if you want to prosecute someone, you must follow the law. Because the essence of prosecution is to establish the law, follow the law. But bringing somebody illegally. The federal government disobey Nigerian local laws, disobey international law. We have treaty with Kenya, we have with Great Britain. If they want to try Nnamdi Kanu, there are legal process they should have followed to bring him in. You don't just go and kidnap him. So, and in law, we say that you cannot put something on nothing. Since the process through which he was brought into Nigeria was flawed, there is no way the trial could have continued in the first instance. So, I think the court deserves to be commended. We've always called for rule of law, and today the appeal court has upheld rule of law, and they send clear signal to the government that they will not allow such illegality. But if they want
right. You see, what is illegal is illegal. What is unconstitutional is unconstitutional. Anything that is illegal, if you try to legalize it, that is where you will cause problem. There will be chaos. There will be anarchy. And that is why in Nigeria you have been seeing chaos. You have been seeing anarchy. You have been seeing the disobedience to the rule of law. Because people are seeing the federal government not obeying the law. People are seeing the federal government violating all kinds of treaty, all kinds of law. And what do you expect the rest people to do? A government that has no shame. Now, you know the reason why I'm taking us back to the memory lane is because when the Court of Appeal discharged Nnamdi Kanu, they made a statement that Supreme Court followed. I always encourage people to read the transcript of the court proceedings of the Supreme Court. Okay? When Appeal Court freed Nnamdi Kanu, they said, number one, that Nigeria government invaded his house illegally. Number two, that no court in Nigeria has the jurisdiction to try him because he was kidnapped. They used their legal term, extraordinary rendition. But in a layman term, he was kidnapped and brought into Nigeria. Now, the federal government said, no, we can't leave this man. If we leave this man, he will get what he's looking for soon. We don't want Nigeria to divide. They rushed to Supreme Court. It took a lot of time. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Uzekome, did a very wonderful job. God will bless that man. Uzekome did a very wonderful job. So, the Appeal Court, sorry, the Supreme Court, the Apex Court now passed a judgment. Now, Supreme Court actually followed what Appeal Court said. Number one, they condemned the Nigerian government. They said Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. That Nnamdi Kanu ran away because the army invaded his house when he was preparing for court. That the military were wrong. That is number one judgment against the federal government. Then number two is that the Supreme Court stated that federal government committed an error, an international crime, by kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, bringing him to Nigeria. Now, they quashed the whole treason charges. But the Supreme Court, as an arm of, the powers that be, it belongs to the government. You know what they said? They said, okay, Nnamdi Kanu should just go to Federal High Court and face only terrorism charge, not treason again. Go and read it. You understand? So they lack the courage because of the fear of people who appointed them there, not because of any other thing. And that is why Nnamdi Kanu, when you see him in the court with confidence, vibrating, telling people that you can't try me because he knows what he's saying. But these people don't know where to follow again. So on this, I'm being joined with by a former Nigerian soldier. He served 18 years in the Nigerian army. His name is Mr. Awimbum. Mr. Awimbum, good morning. Thanks for joining us in this broadcast.
Good morning, Mazi. I'm Okocha. Thank you so much for having me, and may God continue to bless you. I hope your Monday is good today, and I believe it is going to continue to be good for you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Awimbum is joining us from Ghana. And if you have not listened to this man's story about his time he spent in the Nigerian army for 18 years, I think you have to go back and watch the video. But for today, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, I stand with him. Today, he is still going to court to appear before Justice Binta Nyako, who has recused herself from the case. What people are expecting today is that they were just expecting that federal government should just come and say, we are withdrawing the case. Do you think that such a thing will happen?
Thank you so much, Mazi Okocha. And I will tell you that knowing where we are coming from and what Nigeria has proven to the world to be, the irresponsibility in the jurisprudence of that country, the abuse of legal, abuse of justice. I don't think I expect anything more from them. They are just keeping Nnamdi Kanu there because they want to keep him there. That is exactly what is happening. And you know where I have a problem? I have a problem with the British government. Do you want to tell me that if it is a British citizen from a different country, if it is a man from a different country, do you think that the British government will allow their citizens to remain for this long in detention? Even when the court,
at all. Absolutely no.
Even when the court, irrespective of how bad the court is, they have asked him to go. They've released him. The apex court said, you cannot build on nothing. You kidnapped this man. You committed an international blunder. You went against every rule of law as the world will have it. All rules of law and conventions. You went against them. You moved away from Nigeria, penetrated into another person's sovereignty, and kidnapped the person and brought the person back to Nigeria. With all this, how do you think? You have no ground to deal with that man legally because the Supreme Court has said it. But the courage is what I don't see in the Supreme Court, because he who pays the piper pays the tune. So if you remember when the Court of Appeal set Nnamdi Kanu free, they quashed all the charges against him.
All the charges.
Court of Appeal. All the charges against him. There was nothing found. They did not find him culpable on any count. Those judges, those judges that freed Nnamdi Kanu in Court of Appeal, do you know within overnight they were transferred, they were changed? Yeah. It was a different judge, a set of judges, a different set of judges that came and stayed the execution of that ruling. This is what Nigeria is. And the world is watching all these things going on. The world will not speak because most of them that can speak and things begin to happen are in bed with Nigeria. They have economic interest with Nigeria. They have supply of crude oil from Nigeria. They have gas flowing from Nigeria. The students, because the Nigerian education system has gone bad, the students, according to what I heard, I do not know, but you can fact check it, that Nigerian international students, especially in the UK, pay over £500 million a year just for tuition. How do you think that they will have interest in what is happening? You can buy all yourself for all they care, but as long as their economic interest is not affected, they have no problem. If they wanted to do something, the buying of the agitators alone is enough for the world to open a very serious book for Nigeria. The buying during the NSAS is enough for the world to open a different book, an ugly book for Nigeria. But because of their interest, the globalist agenda, whatever, They will not. They allow that to go on. And Nigeria is now mastering the act of injustice. That is what I can say about that. Thank you.
Mr. Wimbum, so you are saying that Britain, as we all know, they are not responding well to Nnamdi Kanu's detention. You are saying it's because of the economic interest they have in Nigeria, that is why they are doing that. And most of the international community that's supposed to act, that it is because of the economic interest they have in Nigeria that is making them not to act. But the question I have, the question I have towards this is that if the Britain, maybe other countries, they are not interested, what is the indigenous people doing? Do you think we are doing enough to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu will be freed?
You see, Okocha, there is an adage where my mother comes from. They say that you see, what kills a cow lives inside the tummy of the cow. If you remember, I want to give you some certain examples now. Do you know how many years it took them to proscribe Boko Haram? Do you know how many years? Even when the
international community proscribed Boko Haram first before Nigeria.
Good. Good. Do you know that the northern people, most of them like Sheikh Gumi, even the past president, Buhari, they were in support of what they were doing. Even Buhari came out and said, according to the news and what he said, that any attack against the Boko Haram is an attack against the northern Nigeria. So what do you make of that? Then coming to our own people are simply agitating because they are not they are ill treated in the country that's supposed to be their own. You know, the country that they belong to, they call their own. But we know that they hate the Biafrans so much. I love the Biafrans. I love you. You are a Biafran. I love each and every one of you because I share your DNA in my blood, because I speak your language, because my mom comes from you. My mom is your elder sister. Okay? So these are some of the things. They would not, they did not, they refused to proscribe them in Nigeria. But immediately, the agitators came that are not terrorists. They were not terrorists. They were mere agitators for secession. They want to leave that contraption called Nigeria. They rounded them up. Go and check the videos of what they did to these people that were not carrying any arms, only flag and chanting. That was what they were carrying. They made the level of mayhem they gave to these people, my brother, was unprecedented. It was horrific. Some, they robbed them, they doubled them in the mud, they flogged them, they beat, they wounded a lot of them. In fact, they dehumanized them beyond reasonable doubt. These people kept going. These people kept going. Who proscribed Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist? Who sold him out? And I would tell you today, in my own opinion and what we have seen, it was Willie Obiano, the former governor of Anambra State. They were the people that organized themselves, if we don't do it, because they have been promised leadership, you know, maybe a vice president or president. They've been promised all kinds of things. Then I said, no. He said, if you remember Dave Umahi was making statements. And the reason why he left PDP or ABGA to APC was because of what they promised. But it didn't go the way, you know, he thought. So in a nutshell, I would tell you that it is the political elite in Biafra land, all of them, that sold Nnamdi Kanu to the Nigerian government. They first proscribed Nnamdi Kanu, because if they protected Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, Just like the way they not protected Boko Haram. Nobody will prescribe Nnamdi Kanu. And the suffering, you cannot sell your own brother. You can't sell your own brother and expect the person, the buyer of your own brother, to respect you or honor you. That is the reason why, even when they talk, it carries no weight. Mazo Kocha. It's quite unfortunate. Thank you.
It's very, very unfortunate. Now, Nnamdi Kanu have a problem with the Binta Nyako's court. The problem is that Nnamdi Kanu is saying that Binta Nyako don't want to respect what the court, the Supreme Court said. Because Supreme Court said Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. Binta Nyako is trying to say Nnamdi Kanu jump bail. So there is a conflict. I now started asking myself question. Is Supreme Court still lower than the Federal High Court? Is Federal High Court not supposed to be subject to the decrees and the judgments of the Supreme Court? Because they said anything Supreme Court passes, it becomes a law. So what is going on?
You see, I expected the Binta Nyako to just give a declaration of, in fact, you see, the Nigerian government has no case against Nnamdi Kanu. They are just dilly-dallying. They are afraid, they are ashamed that Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released and come out and begin to blast them the way he used to blast them before. But see, the more they keep Nnamdi Kanu there, the more Nnamdi Kanu is generating favor from people. And he will get to a stage where they can no longer control the man. The man is going to get what he wants. The freedom of his people, no matter how long they keep him there, the man is going to get what he wants. And that is what I also want for him. If it is stone, let the Biafran people go and grind it and eat. You see this piece of the graveyard, we don't need it. The piece of the graveyard, we don't need it. Mazo Kocha, how do you want to tell me that in my own land, this is what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting? You call yourself a secular state, but you have 12 states up there practicing Sharia. And they are driving it now deep into the southwest with alacrity, without fear. You have a system that empowers others and, make you powerless. You have a system that turns the blind eye for ordinary civilians, militants, to carry automatic assault rifles. But you cannot carry automatic assault rifle. That is the country you want Nnamdi Kanu to remain in. Is that the country you want you, Mazo Kocha, myself, to remain in? That you
absolutely,
you are absolutely. Someone will come from the Sahel, enter into your compound, ransack your compound, chase you force you into IDP. Is that a country? Is that a country that you can be proud of? A giant of Africa that has seen so many things. Look, let me tell you, if Nigeria gets it right, the rest of the Black African countries will no longer suffer. I'm telling you the truth. But the wickedness of Nigeria against the Biafran people is the reason why Nigeria is where it is. If you look at the time when Sowore was accusing the Igbos, if you make them a storekeeper, by the time overnight they will just rise up. That is their gift. You cannot take it away from them. When you envy them, when you become jealous about them, you are killing yourself. That is your own business. You are killing. When they removed them, the refineries were working. The parastatals, all the parastatals were functioning in those days. That time they were complaining that, Igbos are taking over everywhere. If it is true merit, Mazo Kocha, you won't be here. If it is true merit, you won't be here. But meritocracy has left Nigeria. So that is exactly what is happening over there. Our people can't see it. And even when they see it, they are afraid. It's like some kind of, that kind of mouth they are doing, you see, when a child sees mouth, then you become jittery. This is exactly what is happening to our political elites in the Biafra land. They can't speak, they can't talk, they can't stand for their own. That is the reason why they are throwing us the way they are throwing our people. If not, it wouldn't have happened. If our people will come out to speak and speak in unity without selling their own, my brother, it wouldn't have gotten to this. Imagine Nnamdi Kanu could have been released long time ago, and due process would have been followed. And if not, you see the people, the man that was speaking so hard that time, what is this man's name? It's an elder man in PDP. I've forgotten his name. He always speaks in PIP. Oh, the Dan Olase. Dan Olase.
Yes.
He was the one that was speaking and talking. In fact, I listened to one of his. That is the only man I respect, although he is also a politician. I'm telling you, because he told him, he said, let nothing happen to that young man. If anything happens to that young man, Nigeria will not be the same. That is what he said. The journalist asked him, is that not a threat? He said, take it for all you care. Take it, whether it's a threat or take it. That is the only, the rest are really fed political, politicians, political elites. They can't speak. They have bribed them. All of them have one skeleton or the other in their cupboard. Therefore, they can no longer speak. That is what is going on, Mark. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Awimbum. I'm not going to ask you a question based on what has transpired in the Nigerian army that you spent 18 years. Let's just focus on this issue of Nnamdi Kanu, his incarceration, and his freedom in view. The reason why I always talk about the agitation of Biafra and why I support the freedom of the indigenous people, not only Biafra, how I wish every indigenous people in Nigeria will have the autonomous freedom, is because I'm going to give you a story of what happened just the day before yesterday here. There is a community called Umunede. Umunede is a community in a Northeast local government. The distance between Umunede and Ogwashuku is another city close to Asaba in Anyochunshim in the federal constituency. Is very, I don't know how many kilometers, but it should be very, very long distance. Okay. Now, kidnappers came, they kidnapped people from Umunede. They tied their eyes. You know that these people, they spent almost 4 days on foot to go from Umunede to Ogwashuku. Now, what happened? The guy was narrating how they were drinking mud water. You see all those poto water. That is what they drank for the 3rd day. In fact, the 1st day, the 2nd day, no food, nothing. They were being maltreated. Now, these people knows the whole route. They know the whole road they are following in the bushes. And that is what we were against about the open grazing. You know, these people, they were able to know all this route because of open grazing. Someone will come all the way from Niger Republic and bring his cattle to Delta State. Someone will come all the way from Sokoto, bring his cattle to Delta State. It doesn't make sense like that. So it creates vulnerability. It makes a lot of people not to take hold of their nation, not to take hold of their community, because you are just living inside the town, other people are living inside the bush. All these things are the reason why Nnamdi Kanu now started this Biafra agitation. Biafra agitation is a good cause. Nobody could come out to say that they don't know what they don't know what they are doing. Your people are dying. Nigerian politicians are so wicked, very wicked. If you see, like in Delta State here, go to so many communities, people are dying, but their politicians won't talk. They won't talk because of their personal interest. They put their personal interest above the interest of their people. This is evil. This is sad. And that is why we are saying that any further detention of Nnamdi Kanu is not just an attempt to do things against the Igbos. We will consider it as a direct attack. It will become attack. Any further detention of Nnamdi Kanu, except this February that we are hearing rumor that they want to release him. Any further attack on him will not be accepted, because all these things is just a direct assault, direct attack on an ethnic nation, not him personally. Anyway, this issue is complicated, and the federal government are the one that is making it to be complicated. If not, I do not see anything here, okay? I do not see anything here. Let us just receive some calls. You can join us by giving us some calls, and also you can join us through the StreamYard, because as I speak to you, very soon we are going to know the outcome of today's proceedings. I'm following it up here. So that is the issue. So Mr. Wimbo, I was telling a story about people that were kidnapped money. They took them to Owashuku, and they tied their eyes so that they could not see where they passed until they arrived at Owashuku. So it was when they came for ransom, they discovered that these people are already in Owashuku. So the guy was giving a story on how they were drinking malt water and so on and so forth. So that was the stories we were discussing before your network now went off. And also, I don't know whether your network is still stable up to now, because we can see that you are not moving very well. Okay. So that is the issue. Can you hear me now? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you. I'm giving thumbs up. I can hear you.
Okay. So that is the issue, because it was all this issue of kidnapping. Nnamdi Kanu was against open grazing. He was asking questions like, in Homeland is not up to Delta State. Homeland is not up to Edo State, but Homeland is able to provide almost the whole world with drink. That open grazing is not something that we are going to be doing in Nigeria, but a lot of people, they misunderstand him and they came against him and so on and so forth. So it is a very, very bad issue. It's a very bad issue. So if Nnamdi Kanu, after today, maybe they will release him or they will not release him, they will adjourn the case, because they said they want to finish everything February. From the rumor I'm hearing that they want to release him this February. But if the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu persists, what do you think that the Igbos should do, Mr. Wimbo?
Mazo Kocha, thank you so much for this kind of question. This your question here, it carries a lot of weight. If this is, I don't know how to, weigh it, because it carries a lot of weight. You see, I don't think there is the people that are supposed to do something for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the political elites, in Biafra land, especially in Southeast, because they were the people that sold him out. So what the only thing they would do is the agitation to continue. That is the only thing we would do, the agitation to continue. Just like, it's quite a pity that some people are just, using it to satisfy themselves and their let me just say, their power, the ability, or the urge for power. So, but the United States of Biafra, as headed by Ngozi Oraveze, I believe that she is doing something, to a diplomatic level. So that's the only thing. The agitation will continue, whether they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or they refuse to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It will stop the Biafran people from continuing to agitate. The only problem that I have in Biafra land now is this. These same politicians are using the activities of the ipob, the agitators, what I call the real agitators, catching them, catching the traditionalists. My brother, you are catching them, you are sending them, even those who are the real agitators and those who are not, are being caught in the web. And they are extrajudicially, buying them. I had some voice note, some people that carried their oxygen, cans to the forest to go and weld what they say they want to go and weld there. They were all arrested. Some of them were fired in the process. And the guy that was talking was saying he's either the elder or the younger brother. That they are not. What they are accusing them of being kidnappers.
Yeah.
You see, I just pity my brother. There is nothing. The Igbo people, the time when the Igbo people will speak and Nigeria shake has gone, because they don't sell themselves finish. They have sold themselves finish, and the rest of Nigeria have seen that they are indeed what they known to be in the past. They are today cowards. I'm telling you, Mazokocha, today the Igbo political elite only, but that man that I told you about, that Dan Olasun, that is the only man that can open up and speak with venom. That is the only man that I respect. The rest of them are lily-livered individuals that are just here to be politically correct and benefit from the status quo.
All right. Another question, officer. Before now, someone like Omoyole Sowore, so many police officers who are retired, some DSS officers who are retired, they have told us that the Nigerian state parastatals like DSS, that they are benefiting from Nnamdi Kanu's detention. That any day Nnamdi Kanu appears in court, that they release 500 million naira for security and for everything. I am still thinking about this. You, as an experienced Nigerian soldier ex that has served this nation for over 18 years, do you think that security operatives like the one you served, DSS, that they could, mastermind the prolongment of the case, the detention, just because of money?
Excuse me, Mazo Kocha will tell you, when we go for what we call IS, that is a part of internal security. We have a ration they pay us. Apart from that, there is no other money. You see, this is the military. We have a ration that they pay us. They call it RC, ration cash allowance. That's what they pay. And when we were there, I think it was, about 200 naira or 300 naira or so. They'll pay you. That is your IS operation. That is what. When you see these people, you see, there is nothing that cannot happen in Nigeria. No evil that is alien to Nigerian system. Anyway, that is, will you now blame the Yahoo boys? Is that not part of scam? Is that not part of scam?
Those ones are senior Yahoo boys. Senior Yahoo boys.
This one is Yahoo under the security guys. This one is what kind of, how much in Abuja? How much? 500 million naira for one person to take one person
every day, yeah, to bring one person to court.
Okay, how much were they spending to take Sowore to court? These people, you cannot just imagine what that country can do. It's quite a pity what is happening there. They maximize the opportunities and use it to their own benefit, selfish interest, and not for the national interest. And all these people, when they come and they will tell you, oh, I am one Nigeria, I want Nigeria, I want Nigeria, one Nigeria is sacrosanct. The unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct. But these are the same people that are fanning these ambers of injustices that is going on and evil that is going on in that country.
Mr. Wimbum, I want to put it to you. Anybody shouting about one Nigeria, I'm not against them all, but anybody shouting against one Nigeria has a business, a connection, or his own personal business. He want to, as in, They have a business they are putting ahead of the people who are dying every day. They put their own interests above the interests of poor masses who are suffering every day. So when I look at people who are saying, no, we must develop, I look at them, I see their brothers as senators. I see the fellow politician who is giving them 20,000, 50,000, 150,000 every day. Anybody shouting about one Nigeria is not because of the interest of the humanity. Go and verify what I'm saying. Anybody that tells you, let me give you an example of what Obasanjo did immediately after the presidential election. When they saw that Atiku has lost, because it is because of Atiku that made them to even support P2P. Let me just tell you. Now, when they said that Atiku has lost, and they knew that the election was manipulated, was rigged, do you know what Obasanjo did? He quickly ran to Abdul Salami, let us call P2B to order to tell his people not to protest, not to do, because we don't want Nigeria to divide. Why would he not want Nigeria to divide? Do you want him to lose his oil well? Do you want him to lose everything he has? So these are the situations that I'm saying that anyone who you see that is always calling one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, it is because of it. Yeah.
You see, this is exactly what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was saying. This is the bane of his preaching. There is nobody in Nigeria today that is calling for one Nigeria. Oh, there is a future for Nigeria. If the person is not benefiting from the corrupt status quo, the person is anticipating to get what in the future. Anybody that is calling for one Nigeria, that person has already gotten what is, but there is something that person is gaining. And where do those things come from? Mazo culture. Is it not from your land?
Yeah.
Is it not from your land that these things are coming from? What makes Nigeria a rich country today in terms of crude oil? Is it not from your land? Tell me, what benefit have you been getting from the same thing that God has given to you? What benefit? What have you? People, see, there is what the Igbo people call, you know, Okwa, right? You know Okwa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Osisi Okwa.
Yeah.
Good. The breadfruit, what we call Okwa in Igbo land, you know, that was planted in your father's compound without gate. The thing mature, ripe, and you are waiting for it to fall. It didn't fall. You were in the house. Then the breadfruit unfortunately fell on the ground. The passerby came and took it and went home. When you came out, you couldn't see it. That is what the Nigerian system has made the south and the southeast people that are the oil producing, you know, states, major oil producing states in that country. They are fetching the breadfruit that is planted in your father's land, taking it away. They enjoy. Go to Kano, go to Kaduna Airport and go and see the queues of private jets. Where the money is coming from? Where are they getting the money to buy these things by themselves? When you go to the north, you see there are secret billionaires over there. There are secret billionaires.
Right.
How much did Obasanjo? How much did he not loot? Abu Salami Abubakar, as bad as Abacha left Abacha. I think we heard that Abacha left close to about $8 billion in this national coffer. $8 billion.
He tried though.
Yeah, $8 billion. But when Abu Salam was living, how much did he get? How much did he leave for them? How much did he leave for them? You see, these are people that are using the Nigeria. Look, Nigeria, Goldie, is it Goldie, the founder of Nigeria? I mean, is it the Niger Royal Company?
Niger Royal Company.
Yes, Nigeria is a commodity. It's a farm. It's a farm. Everybody goes in there to plant and fetch. That is what today Nigeria is a farm. Everybody goes in there to see what they can, you know, scoop from that farm. When Goldie took it over, he formed a company, Niger Royal Company or whatever. Then he brought Lugard. He brought Lugard to administer it. Lugard now brought the amalgamation. 1919 amalgamation. He brought them together for easy administration, simple and not more, so that they will continue to milk. And when they now left, what happened? They sold it at what price? I think over 800 and something thousand pounds. As at that time. Check, you will see it there. British bought it from Goldie and Lugard. And that is the company that is here. That is the company. Nigeria is a company. Everybody comes in there to fetch whatever that they want to fetch. Nobody is in control. The only people that get it are those people that are wielding the power of authority. These are the only people that are benefiting from, not you and any other person in our land. Thank you.
Mr. Wimboom, this is a very serious issue. But by the way, Nnamdi Kanu has arrived in the court premises with his normal attire, as usual. We don't really know what is going to transpire today, during the court process. But what we know is that this is just a delay. A delay of justice is not a denial of justice. For me, there is no how a Nigerian court could come out to say, Nnamdi Kanu, you are guilty. And if, for example, now, okay, they say they are charging him for terrorism. If at all, Nnamdi Kanu committed something before, the time frame Nnamdi Kanu have stayed in detention has overpassed even the years they're supposed to give him like penalty if he committed anything, but he did not commit anything. This is also the case of what is he called, this man, Igbo in Lagos. They put him in detention, and at the end, court says, I did not find anything guilty that this man does. You know what the lawyer of the Lagos state government did? They said, no, he said he's a chief. It's against our law to call himself a chief. Okay, court says, okay, no problem. Inside the 2 years you have stayed, let us minus 1 year that you're supposed to stay for calling yourself chief. Then the remaining 1 year is an illegal stay. You are not supposed to be in detention. You see the shenanigan, and in Nigeria, there is nothing to write about Nigeria justice system. When the Nefarotimi was writing that Nigeria has a criminal justice system, people refuse to understand him. They thought he was writing against Afribabandonde. Igbo was arrested because he said stop destroying Igbo properties in Lagos. That if you don't stop destroying Igbo properties in Lagos, I will bring Biafrans to come and defend us. They put him in detention for 2 years before they took him to court. And it was the intervention of someone like Ugochire, the House of Rep representing him. Every day he was hammering on it. Now they took the man to court. Don't get it to court. The court says, you people don't have evidence against this man. What he said is what he said. You people have the right, the responsibility to defend the properties of the people. It is your duty. So since you did not do that, you are not supposed to hold this man. Before they started saying about chief, the man did not say, I am the Ezindi in Lagos. He said, Ezindi Igbo in Lagos. If I am a chief in Nigeria and I travel to Berlin in Germany, I am still a chief in Nigeria. So people of Nigeria over there, I am still their chief, but not the chief of people of Benin. That is the simple thing they refuse to understand. And they ask the man to relinquish 1 year he has stayed for saying he's an Igbo. The man has filed for compensation and for everything. Let me tell you, if Nnamdi Kanu comes out from detention, the first thing he's going to do is to begin another lawsuit. This thing is going to be a very long battle. He's going to start a lawsuit for compensation because you cannot keep someone in detention for years upon years, kidnapping. The plane they used to kidnap him, who kidnapped him, whether the person is alive or dead, nobody is going to go unpunished. So these are the things maybe they are trying to figure out. But as I said, the delay about this judgment or the delay in a justice system is not going to be the denial of justice, because there is no how the federal government of Nigeria, there is nothing they will do that they can use to deny Nnamdi Kanu justice. This is what the world knows. For you to know how ugly, how bad this system, how bad Nigeria is, a whole United Nations. If I tell people that law does not exist in the world, it's interest. United Nations ruled that this is a violation of human rights, that they should free Nnamdi Kanu immediately. Buhari did not listen up. They did not obey United Nations. So that is why, if I'm telling people everything happening in this world, any nation can compromise. As far as Nigeria has oil, they will tell them, we'll give you oil. Any nation can compromise, including America under Democrat Obama. We knew how they forced Buhari on Nigeria. Jonathan was crying, even though I called him the weak president. He was crying. There is nothing they did not do just to remove the man. International politics is at play in Nigeria. International politics is at play in the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. But the people should not give up. The people should be resilient. They should remain committed in fighting against injustice in Nigeria. So a lot of people have been calling before. Our lines are open. Please, you can call back to just tell us what you think. Because I speak to you now, about 20 minutes ago, Nnamdi Kanu has arrived in the court. So definitely the court process has begun. Pending on what will happen at the end, we are still going to let you know. So let's just start receiving some calls now. Hello? Yeah, you can turn off your system over there so that you can hear us well. Good morning.
Okay. Hello?
I said you should turn down your system, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, turn down your system. Good morning, sir. Off your system, reduce the volume.
Okay, I've done it. Yeah.
All right, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. I am Prince. Thank you. I'm calling, thank you for your work. But I want you to help me tell the man that with you is a master, that Galama, that Ngozi Olabese is not, he's a freak, he's a Nigerian agent. Nobody, he just...
No problem, but that is not what we are discussing. That just, he's hearing you, he will hear. But that is not what we are saying, sir. Let us just go straight to the point and you're ready.
We are watching, but I don't want to hear about that useless woman. Thank you.
Okay, is that all you, yeah, is that all you have to say?
So now we are just waiting for the Nnamdi Kanu. Why I'm saying that with that, I don't know that man as a military man for over 18 years in Nigeria. You don't even have to know. She will ask herself, even upon all the whole warning they give in Gonzalo is still doing all this nonsense.
You think people are listening to what is going on in the media? People don't listen. People don't listen to what is going on again about all those things because of crisis. If people come to listen, they will see one or two people quarreling on others. So people are not interested in listening. So they don't know what is. But we don't know now. We don't know what you are saying. We don't know what you are saying. We are just talking about the detention of Nnamdi Kanu and what is it called? And his incarceration.
Yes. Because of what the man said. That's why I wanted to counter that. She is not anything to us. She's just a freak person.
It's okay, sir. You have said it countless times. She is not here to defend herself. Maybe another person will still call and counter what you are saying and remove us from what we are discussing. And that is why we don't want to deviate. We don't want to deviate from what we are saying. This program is just for a purpose. It's not about Nnamdi Kanu in court today.
I'm following and watching it, so we're waiting to see what today will be, because they're supposed to release Nnamdi Kanu. Even they're supposed to release and compensate him, because Nigeria committed a lot of crime against, I don't know what is happening in this world, you know. Nnamdi Kanu don't support, because this is a kidnapping. Nigeria kidnapping and still doing all this manner of things. In fact, I'm not happy what is happening in our place now, you know. So let's watch today. But I believe all my hope today that it should be released. So all of us will be happy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have our next contact. Hello, good morning, sir. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm calling from New York City.
Wow, how is New York?
It's fine, cold.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Today, as you know, Nnamdi Kanu has appeared before Justice Binta Nyako, and they are already in the court now. And there have been a lot of misreactions about his continuous illegal detention, if I may put it in that way, following the Appeal Court and Supreme Court ruling. Nnamdi Kanu is supposed not to be going to court from detention. That is illegal to say. So what do you have to say about this prolongment of this incarceration?
I just want to say Africans need to wise up. We are a world in Biafra. It's high time we take advantage of the global shift.
Okay.
And totally free ourselves as Africans from manipulation, which have been for centuries from the same people. It's high time we take advantage of it. He needs to be free immediately with immediate effect. He committed no crime. He did nobody no harm, no wrong either. All he's advocating for is for the dignity of Biafrans, of Igbo Biafrans, the Arabas, and also Oduduwas. We should realize that we are neighbors, and your greatest assets are your neighbors. Those far away, they just want to take advantage of you. Their children will, their grandchildren will. When will we be able to realize that we as a people have value? And then stand based on our value and right in this planet Earth and say no to all this nonsense.
You made a statement, sir, that I want you to elaborate more, because I am so interested in that statement. You said the world is having a shift. There is a global shift, and people who are looking for freedom should use the opportunity to free themselves. Please, just in a few minutes, can you put more light on that?
Yes, streets alliances. You don't know what's going on in African countries.
You are right. I'm aware of that.
Streets alliances. And why should anybody settle for enslavement when you have opportunity, clear opportunity for total freedom and emancipation and for dignity? So I'm just wondering what's going on with our people. This man did anybody no harm and no wrong either. I personally have been like, going places, asking people questions, even those that did us evil from 1445 to 1800. Their children are against this systematic wickedness those evil people with evil intention carried out in African soil. And I took care of many of them here in America. And I tried to find out from their own grandchildren, which is today those that continue to take advantage of such systematic wickedness against us. When you say colonization, colonial, I asked them what does colonial means, and the colonizer, they said they were pure criminals and robbers that broke into people's houses.
Okay. All right.
All of a sudden, pillage them, yes. And they need to be driven out. Yes, we need to live the way we lived before these people came. Yes, because it's all about their interests. And that's the answer coming from their own children. When do we realize that? Because natural resources you have in your land, it's gonna go dry. In fact, even today we have electric vehicle being put to use. All right. All right. Africa, we have the population. You need to be free. In fact, us, we are Biafrans. We Igbo Biafrans. It's organic. It's a word that emanates to us. All right. And all they want is for us to be silent about the genocide committed against us, which from what is tallied, almost about 6 million Biafrans we killed. Solemnly responsible by evil British. They want to erase that from our memory. Every neighbors, all of our neighbors, should realize what touches them. Ethiopia and Eritrea living peacefully side by side. Likewise, South Sudan and Sudan are living peacefully side by side. All right? Yes. And
all right. Thank you. So
as Africans, yes, we need to
just summarize your this thing. We have exhausted your time.
I'm about to do that. Appreciate you giving me time. All right. And we just want to ask our people, be Arewas or Duduwas. We were neighbors before the arrival of this evil British who have evil intentions. We were not fighting against each other. And we want to live the same way, yes. We want to live the same way. You need to be free. He committed no crime against anybody. It's for the dignity of Biafrans. It's also the dignity of Arewans. It's also the dignity of Oduduwas. After all, we share borders. We are neighbors. We have seen that happen right there in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. And we have seen the shift even up to Ghana, even up to Ivory Coast, in the surrounding countries. In fact, almost every African countries have been totally emancipated because these people don't produce nothing. They are parasites from centuries. They only rely in Africa for their sustenance from generation to generation.
All right.
We got to say no to that.
All right.
All right? Yes. I appreciate you taking my call.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution.
I appreciate you taking my call. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
All right. I have been understanding what is going on in the court premises, just as usual. Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, sir. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Hey, brother Wimbon. I haven't seen you on Dr. Damages lately.
I'm fine. Yesterday, I'm having some flu.
Yeah.
I'm having some flu. That's why I couldn't come out yesterday. But it's getting better now.
Condemning Ngozi. You know, we are not here, you know, for disunity. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed about all this group of people, different groups fighting each other. We are not here for that. We are here for the unity of Igbo. I'm a 70 years old man. And you want for Biafra. We saw Biafra. So all these young people now, if that come to your platform to start start saying, buy this, but no, we don't want that. Well, I note that I wrote you. Sometimes, periodically, you have to talk.
Yeah.
This is not the platform for it. Okay, Otago. If I need Igbo, unity of Igbo, development of our place, I build that Biafra is a spirit. Okay, Otago. If I need Igbo to build an Igbo, go see the world what the Igbo race can do. All this infighting,
it's not necessary.
Right, we don't need it.
It's not necessary. It's not necessary.
I'm not into none of them. If unity, development, and security in our land.
Exactly.
That's all that concerns me. And brother, if I could here for just few minutes after 2 a.m. I come wire just to follow up with the men of Nigeria. And with God's help, I get his lie, our little brother. Where it's about time. Okay, Otago.
Yeah.
All this wicked, that Buhari of a man, that Fulani, Gambari, before all his brainchild, if I can delay Nnamdi Kanu. But God is the one getting a victory. I hope that I am son. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
God bless you. Big ups in what you are doing. I've been following your platform periodically. Or just today, can't put on no for a long time. I've been on the platform for almost an hour. God bless you.
I appreciate you.
Thank
you so much, sir. All right, Mr. Christian, good morning, sir.
Morning, Coach. If you see your channel when I put something for you, you see?
Yes, sir. I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, super chat. Because the last time you say you know, see, I can't the one that make it not be saying at the wrong place or you saw. I mean,
Yeah, I saw it. That is this one I said. I saw it. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Anyway, yeah, thanks for all you do. I mean, we are following the event, and hopefully we will hear good news. That is my hope and prayer that they leave this innocent man. It's unfortunate that sometimes the people are misled or misinformed, whatever it is. Everybody know that the right thing to do is leave Nnamdi Kanu, set him free. Tinubu, leave Nnamdi Kanu, sit down with him and talk. You negotiate. In every situation, you have to talk. You don't only talk with people you agree with. You talk with people you disagree with. Nnamdi Kanu has his own opinion, which is very valid. You heaven and earth know that his point is valid.
Overvalid. Overvalid.
Yeah. So I've just seen a brother who called in now and said he's calling for the first time. That's fine. Everybody is entitled to the opinion. But what you cannot be entitled to is mischief and the deception or mischievousness. That you cannot be entitled to. Because yes, we want to build an Igbo. Everywhere. But the thing is that the prevailing circumstance on the ground does not allow it. What are you gonna do? Year in, year out, decade after decade. What are you gonna do? This governor, I swear, God Almighty be me witness. These guys you see as governors of Igbo, I have said it uncountable number of times. They don't represent the interests of Igbo. They were handpicked. They were handpicked by the caliphate system that governs Nigeria. I am telling you, and that is why a governor will sit down, the Fulanis will come and massacre people in Ebonyi State, and the things they will say don't retaliate. One, and the next minute, he tried to compensate the people by appropriating hundreds of millions of naira to send people to, I think you must have heard about it, proposal to send 500 and something people, I don't know. So you begin to ask yourself, whose interest, whom are they representing? So, but I tell you, it's not a question because it's just rhetorical. I know the answer. These guys were put there by the Fulani hijacked Nigerian system to make Alibo to be infiltrated by the Fulani. I don't know why people continue to deceive themselves. The fact is staring you in the face. They told you that they are bringing all the Fulanis from the Sahel region to settle them in Nigeria. Buhari said it, a sitting governor said it. Now they dispatch them all over the place. Now, and they don't come in peace. If they come in peace, maybe we'll begin to say something else. But they don't come in peace. They come to slaughter you, dislodge you, take your land, and rename your land, impose their religion on you, impose their emir on you. So this, and you are telling me that we have to do this with. How do you do it with governors who are illegitimate, who don't represent the people? None of them. Soludo, all these Hopus and all of them, they were all put there by the Fulani system. And that any wonder why they are doing what they are doing. It's truth. It's a hard truth, a bitter pill to swallow, but it is what it is. We have to call it out for what it is. These guys represent the caliphate system that put them there. So now, like I said, we see what happens. They are supposed to let Nnamdi Kanu go, sit down and talk with him. Simple as that. But I can guarantee you, Coach, I am just telling you, go and mark this down. The more they continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu, the more Tinubu, I know there's pressure on Tinubu from the Igbo governors not to release him. That you can take to the bank. Because they know that Nnamdi Kanu is an uncompromising man who he never disappointed. He will tell you whom he is and what he wants. Then you tell him what you want. Let's talk. But these governors, some of them have committed the worst thing. They think that they can continue to hold on to power so that when you come and protest as Igbo youth, they carry Nigerian factor, they carry military, come and slaughter you, and they expect that everybody should just get along. Does it work that way? It doesn't work that way. Soludo, who called himself a professor, a well-learned man, he ought to know better. Before he became a governor, we know what he was saying about Biafra. You cannot continue to force people into it. Give them a chance to make a determination. What do they want? Nobody talks about that. You think that he continue to put gun on their head, they must be in Nigeria. That is going to solve the problem. It's like if you are holding somebody on the ground, you are holding yourself. That is the problem of Nigeria. And that is why I don't like Nigerians for the most part. They don't speak truth. You think you can force people to like Nigeria, to become Nigeria, it doesn't work. Nowhere in the world has it worked. This Britain, all over the place, people give a chance to the people to decide. If people say that they want to be Nigeria, fine, we will all respect that. We will all shut up anybody asking for Biafra. But give them the chance. They don't want to do it. They believe that if you talk about Biafra, they imprison you, they kidnap you, they torture you, and Jesus, this is terrible. Now, but one thing the last thing I'm going to say is this. Tinubu will be well advised to let Nnamdi Kanu go, sit down amicably and discuss. Because the more he's holding Nnamdi Kanu, dancing or listening to the tune of Igbo governors in particular, the position about the governors in particular, the more he listens to them, the more he is digging his own grave. Why? Because trust me, Trump has a lot on his plate. We know that. So much on his plate. But at some point, sooner or later, he's going to get to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, who has been incarcerated for, if you combine, maybe 10, 12, or 15 years. For one thing, just one thing, you never want to attend to it. Talk to the person. If they continue, at some point, it's going to get to the turn. It's going to reach Trump. And by the time he reaches, like I said, he has a lot on his table, but by the time he gets to his turn, you know whom he is. You know how he does his thing. And this is not a guy, Tinubu is not a guy that want to mess around. Akiyemi already advised him. You know Akiyemi, the former foreign minister, he already advised him to stay away from Trump's way, stay away from his trouble, because people know how he acts. You hate him or like him, but it is what it is. By the time he gets to that time, then Tinubu, he already have all his international, everything is out there in America. So he would be better advised, do the right thing. Forget these governors, like I said, just do the right thing for your own sake, because he got one very soon. If you don't do the right thing, I am telling you. So talk to this guy and see what happens. But the governors, they don't want it. They will come and pretend and say, free Nnamdi, but behind, They are trying to keep him there so that he will crumble. You know, they want him to stay there and crumble. They don't know who they are dealing with. So that's much I can say for now, my brother. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And let's have this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, this is Prince Jejawan. I'm calling from United Kingdom. Can you hear me loud?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks for joining us. All right. Share your opinion with us about the continuous incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. What do you think? What are you expecting? What do you think people should do if he's not released?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for the wonderful job you are doing. Making sure that our people consciousness are being are waking up, because the danger is glaring to everyone. Okay, that is one. Then two is that Nnamdi Kanu. By the great special grace of God, I am a bona fide member of ipob. Okay, and then Nnamdi Kanu is my great leader. You know, he must be released, and yesterday, he shouldn't be kept in prison. The more they are keeping him, the more they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu in prison, the more Nigeria is being exposed to the whole world. You know, the way things are going, everyone can see that Nigeria is irredeemable. Okay, so for that reason, holding in Nnamdi Kanu is just kicking the can along the way. You're gonna beat it at the end of the day. As you can see, the movement of this influx of terrorists everywhere, east, west, north, and south. You can in this kind of environment, nobody is safe. Nobody can do a normal business except you are doing a criminal business. That's the way you work it. That's a kind of environment. All right. And the way the Nigeria is now, the only savior for everyone is to have to protect their space. You know, by making sure that the country is being splitted, you know, along ethnic line, and let everyone protect their borders. Cotonou is nearby Nigeria. They're not having all this kind of issue we are having. Ghana are there. Why is it Nigeria? Why must up to 6 terrorist groups be in Nigeria? And all these terrorist groups are from one ethnic group, which is called Fulani. Fulani herdsmen moving in the name of cow. They are all over the bushes. Till today, after Buhari have finished his government, made an open border, before our eyes, all kind of Fulani herdsmen, terrorist troops into Nigeria. Everybody was seeing it, you know. And till date, they are still in the forest there. You know, why is it that the government have not found it fit to rise up against this kind of menace? These people are still moving. Every day we are talking about insecurity. How long will we continue in this? How long will a country be a nation with this kind of movement? So, first of all, what they should know is that kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu already have spoiled everything about their case.
Yeah.
You know, holding in Nnamdi Kanu is just wasting of time and energy. In fact, it's a disgrace, it's a shame. Thanks to our friend, may God bless them. They made an affirmative statement, one of their leaders the other day, that the nation cannot continue like this. It's a shame to the whole Nigeria, their leaders, and everybody who call himself a Nigerian that is not picking up against this kind of grave injustice against a whole race, because Nnamdi Kanu represent the whole Igbo. They should know that. It's not just representing IPOB as a movement for self-determination. He is a face of the whole Igbos. If you are holding Nnamdi Kanu, you are holding the whole Igbo nation down. And you can never succeed holding the people down. And for the sake that this ambition of Afghanistan to take over Nigeria is still ongoing. They are spreading Sharia. They want to enter Southwest by force with Sharia in the name of religion. Because religion, they know, is an opium of the public. They want to use religion, hide behind religion. Why? What they are pushing is terrorism, pure terrorism. You can't be killing people along the line, going in the name of religion, and you call that religion. You know, so even the people who are Muslims, majority of them know that these people are not representing their religion. They are pure terrorists. You understand? So this Sharia that they are pushing, as we can see, is only in the north, is only for the poor. All the governors who are stealing billions and billions of nairas, their senators who have never invested in the life of their youth, Alama Jari, all most of their kids on the road begging as low as 3 years old, 2 years, they are on the street. I mean, there are millions in the north begging on the street. They never invested all this money they are stealing from Nigeria, you know. And to make matter worse, anytime election comes, they will go and bring somebody, a criminal who gave Nigeria the 1999 constitution, did this Sharia Islamic terrorist agenda into that constitution that we Nigerians agreed to it, you know. And the whole, everybody, who, as you can see, the Salam is what I'm talking about. They will bring him for peace talk. It's going to be the peace maker for the election. And one thing that everybody don't know is that Nigeria, as it is, Nigeria is not practicing true federalism, you know. And that's because as the Nigeria
you have 1 minute left. You have 1 minute left. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. So to make a conclusion, my brother, they should release Nnamdi Kanu, because they can never make any case out of the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, because everything they've done from the foundation is illegal. It's only somebody who is mad that will convict Nnamdi Kanu. Any judge who tries to convict Nnamdi Kanu, he has killed his or her career forever and ever. So thank you, my brother. God bless you for the good work you are doing.
Thank you so much.
Also thanks to all your panelists who are there. You know?
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
You all.
Thank you so much. Quickly, there is something I want to share about the proscription of IPOB. You know, recently the Court of Appeal affirmed that IPOB is a proscribed organization. Now, if you see so many terrorist organizations in Nigeria, their own issue here is that they want to make sure that any group at all will be proscribed again, so that if they are talking about terrorist organization in Nigeria, they will say, oh, we are not the only terrorist organization in Nigeria. You people still have the IPOB. But the world knows that IPOB is not a terrorist organization, because they exist in almost every nations of the world. Tell me where Boko Haram exists in any nation of the world that they are not going to clamp them down. Anyway, let's have another contact. Hello. Hello. Okay. We can continue with that one. So let's have another contact. Hello. Are you there? Please, if you call, then just try to off your YouTube over there. Hello.
Hello, Pastor.
Yeah, it seems you are driving on the road. The breeze is.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
My name is Gael Clavis Johnson. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right. How is Echo?
So it's fine.
All right.
You ask what you are saying now, concerning Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is a political prisoner. Everybody in Nigeria knows. And we should wait till this court appearance and hearing. They will conclude. But one thing I will tell you, the Igbo politicians are using Nnamdi Kanu to make themselves relevant. And Tinubu that everybody is calling on, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. We're not releasing Nnamdi Kanu this 2025. He will release Nnamdi Kanu towards the middle of 2022 so that he will use it for campaign. So that is my little submission on that side. Now, regarding that guy that was talking about those who are advancing.
No, I've thought that we don't want to talk about people now because of the program we are having. This is not a program to talk about people.
You allow them to spill all the nonsense that you want to spill. But I want to talk to them.
No, don't worry about that. I have because when he called, I never knew that is what he's about to talk. We don't want to talk about people in this program. Okay, we just want to focus on what we are having today, what is going on today. You understand? Sorry for that, okay?
Okay, so on our leader, more thing that people should do is that I want to tell people politicians, what
comes around.
If they are myopic, they should take the likes of Amechi, Ekpa, and the Rota Kukorota. You cannot be holier than thou. You cannot be holier than Pope. Let me put it like that. If they are using land to remain in power today, power will turn around. And when power turn around, they will still be in shape. Then, I think the parents did say that they using land for Nigeria to make progress. If Tinubu should look beyond his political career, he should set Nnamdi Kanu free. But I know it is difficult for him to do because Nnamdi Kanu is not willing to compromise. If Nnamdi Kanu had compromised or had submitted to what they are advising him with, he would have been released. But because he's not willing to compromise, Tinubu should play wise. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu, push for the restructuring. The campaign during 2015.
Which kind of restructuring are you talking about?
I'm talking of if they still want to retain Nigeria, Tinubu should release Nnamdi Kanu and go for total restructuring of Nigeria. Let's go to First Republic. Every region should go and govern themselves. It will be the tension in the south, the secession this thing that the youth are carrying on. They will put it down because the accountability they are talking of in Nigeria will never make any headway until Nigeria goes back to the original system. Because a Yoruba man will not commit his life to fight for an Igbo man. People might try to plantate it that we should be looking at citizens. It will never happen in Nigeria. If you fall to an extent, you will go back to your shell and look up to your feet. So if Nigeria now go back to the structure as it were after the independence, everybody will hold his leader accountable because the seat of governance will be domiciled in your region. It will no longer be in Abuja. It will be domiciled in your region. You can hold your people accountable. And I wouldn't see the situation where, because there will be competition. West will be competing with the East, and East will be competing with the North. If they should put maybe make it 6 regions, the South will be competing with the South. The Middle Belt there will be competition, and that is the only thing that will make them quench the fire of secession or the fire of self-determination. If they did not want to do it, more damage. They will cure it to themselves as a result of holding in Nnamdi. Because the more they hold in Nnamdi, they will keep shooting themselves on their leg. And Nigeria will keep crumbling. So that's the little thing I want to submit this morning.
Thank you.
Let the Igbos put their hands together, because Tinubu is not going to release Nnamdi. They will release Nnamdi towards the end of 2026. Mark today's date. Except say Tinubu wants to release Nnamdi and push for restructuring. Because if you release Nnamdi without pushing for restructuring, Nnamdi will continue to talk. Nnamdi will continue to talk. But if you want to release Nnamdi, you will release Nnamdi. If you stop for restructuring, you will release Nnamdi. 2026. I'm not in the government. I'm just telling you, as I have calculated the happenings in Nigeria, you will use Nnamdi to play a bit of campaign. 2026, go and mark this war, this date. Mark it. That is what Tinubu will do. Or except Tinubu want to write his name, you will release Nnamdi and push for the structuring of Nigeria. Thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Wimbu, from your own personal point of view, do you think that Tinubu would be ready to play politics of 2027 with the release of Nnamdi Kanu as this scholar underaged?
They say, if releasing Nnamdi Kanu, you see, my brother, like the caller, I quite disagree with the caller, to a certain length, to what he said. Look, we've gone past restructuring. Who is going to restructure Nigeria for you? We've gone past. Where is the 2014? What do you call it?
National Conference report.
Where is it? Why did they refuse to implement it? When Buhari campaigned on restructuring, when he came in, what did he say? He said, if you want to push for restructuring, you know where to go to. And the entire North do not agree in restructuring. And this is the truth, and this is the reason why they kick against it. The reason why Buhari said, if you want restructuring, you know where to go to. The entire northern Nigeria has more than half of what is the makeup of National Assembly. If they are against any bill, that bill is there. It won't pass. This is what our people refuse to understand. See, they have the number in National Assembly. They will never allow you to pass that bill that is going to benefit everybody. See, the present VIP, the vice president, what did they say about restructuring? He said, restructuring my food. And he said it with alacrity. So why are you campaigning for restructuring? Who is going to restructure that country for you? And if they send the bill for restructuring in this and there, do you think that it will pass first reading, not to talk of second reading? It will never pass, because these people have the numbers to do. Look, Tinubu can play his politics for all I care. Me, I am not in support of one Nigeria, because that one Nigeria is a piece in the graveyard. Even if you restructure Nigeria, the Fulanis, the bandits will always have a way to enter into your territory, and they will be hitting you what we call hit and run, and they will be hitting just like the way they hit Ebonyi State, just like the way they hit some parts in Delta State. You see, they will hit and run, and you will be crying while the blood is being shed. So I don't want that. Whether they play politics with Nnamdi Kanu or not. Look, let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu could have come out long time ago if he agreed with the agreement that they provided for him to sign. He renounced Biafra. Come and join us. Nnamdi Kanu say, over his dead body, will you do that? I am just telling you because of how I feel. In my own opinion, if Nnamdi Kanu is ready to play the ball, he should. Even Britain has been forcing him to agree. The masters of Nigeria, the CEOs of Nigeria has been prevailing upon Nnamdi Kanu to accept and sign that document. He has refused to sign it because they don't want to say Baba. They want to use that document to hold him to account anytime. And the man said no. That is the only thing that is keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. Not because of any other body, not because of any person. That is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is there. But I assure them, Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released. See, Nigeria is a kind of luxurious bus. See this luxurious bus, the Marco Polo or whatever. That bus, the engine has been destroyed long time ago. Service it, you say no, don't service. Service it, you say change the engine, you say no, don't change the engine. Change the engine, you say no. The tires are worn out. All the wires are coming out. Change the tires, you say no. It will get to a stage where it will just collapse and everybody will carry their bags and begin to go away. That is where it is going to go to. But if you think that these people will restructure Nigeria for you, my brother, you are wasting. Look at the regionalization this man is taking now. Look at the tax bill the man is doing now. It is now that they are now remembering. The North that have forgotten the Biafra land is telling you now they should also look into the seaports. It is now that they have come to realize that they are now trying to play politics. Oh, we are talking for the South and Southeast.
Yeah.
For how many years? The Cross River Seaport, Calabar Seaport is there. It is non-international. Ahaba. There is this Ubocha. Port Harcourt is there. It's non-international. I import cars from outside, and if you look at the tracking, the ship will come through the Atlantic Ocean, past Calabar, past Port Harcourt, past Asaba, then straight to Lagos. From Lagos, we will track it. It comes to Port Novo. From Port Novo to Togo Port. Yeah, Togo Port. From Togo Lome. From Togo Port, then it will come to Tema Port here. And
yeah, be talking, son. Let me attend to something. Be talking.
Good. So that is how it is. It is now that this man is trying to regionalize or whatever they call it, the night system. They are now thinking of the congestion in the port in Lagos. What were they doing long time ago? Nnamdi Kanu was shouting it. What did they do? They didn't find it necessary. Because look, Nigeria, they will fight themselves and continue to fight themselves until Biafra comes. That is my own opinion. Because there is nothing anybody will say about Nigeria. What is it? Anything good that is working in other climes, bring it to Nigeria, it will destroy it. Whatever that is working because of religion, because of religion, because of ethnicity, there is nothing that is going to happen, good in that country. I don't see it. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, you made a point now that is unbelievably important, very valid point. Most people don't know the level of lies and deception when they talk. Do you know that the Biafra land, including Southeast and the so-called South, when it comes to Atlantic Ocean, the vertical nearness, because you just said now, the ship will pass through Calabar, this, that, before heading. That means that we are nearer, vertically, we are nearer to the high sea than even all this other region. But then we tell you that Biafra, the Igbo or Biafra, whatever, is landlocked. It's pure lies. It's pure lies. When you just dig, when you dig the, let's say, the Oni pot, or even Onitsha, if you dug it, you will get to the high sea, the Atlantic, where is way shorter than getting to even Lagos port. So it's a deliberate effort to stifle Biafrans, not in Warri, not in Calabar, not anywhere, not Warri, to deny them of it, because the notion is that when you do this, you stifle them, you keep them under check. So, but it's important. This is why I always emphasize that these channels, they are very helpful. Oh, my brother, sorry, let me carry on. Let me attend to something. Sorry.
You see what I'll try. You see, let me, Master Okocha, let me make this point. You see,
okay,
if I call it economic strangulation, that is what they are doing. My brother, just imagine you import goods from America, from Europe. They give you the tracking device system. They give you the tracking system of that vehicle that is coming. Because I am a registered dealer with Auction Export and Copart. I buy my cars from there as well. You see, so when you are doing the tracking, you will see the first point of call in Africa is around the Calabar area. That's the first point of call. As you are tracking it, that is the direction that ship is coming. So, my brother, why not make Cross River an international seaport recognize that these merchant vessels will berth there, then discharge, or in Port Harcourt and discharge, or in Asaba and discharge? Why taking them all the way to Lagos? Then they will clear the goods over there in Lagos and now carry them again by road back to their own. What kind of reasoning is that? If it is not pure wickedness against you and the rest of your brothers and sisters, if it is not economic wickedness, what is it? These were the things Mazen Nnamdi Kanu called for. What do you want us to do? Those are the things he mentioned to the Southeast governors. Go and tell them to do it. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was a bigotic person, he would not be looking at Cross River Seaport, Calabar Seaport. He said, go and make it international. Make it international for people to ease, because all the things, the work and everything, it goes to Lagos. The beneficiaries, the taxes they pay over there, everything goes to Lagos. And when people will come and they will tell you, oh, Lagos is the highest this. Lagos is benefiting from the federal status. If you do the same thing in Anambra will be the same thing, like Lagos. Because all the headquarters of all these conglomerates, the companies and everything, banks, they are in Lagos. They pay taxes there. The manufacturing and everything is in Lagos. They pay taxes there. Do the same thing in Calabar. Calabar will be even more than Lagos because Calabar is huge. These people are treating the Biafran people, south and southeast with, some kind of levity. And I fear for what is going to happen to that country. Honestly speaking, they knew that once they empower you, the sky will never be your limit. The sky will never, you will enter the space and begin to search for the next planet. That is who you are. That is what God has made you. But they know you more than you know yourself. They want to bring you down, press them down, but they've forgotten that once you are holding somebody on the ground, you are also holding yourself. That's exactly what is happening. They can't leave you, they can't leave you, then they cannot move forward. That's exactly what is going on. Thank you.
And sorry, Mas, like I was saying before I went off. So this whole thing, you see, the end game is this. So they made these things deliberately, not by accident. No, well orchestrated, well calculated, so that Biafrans, Igbos, they will move away and come to Lagos and these places. And by the time they come, because they have no choice, you go to a place where the nearness to your goods, 90 or at least 70-something% of the importers are Biafrans. Do you know that? And so they come there. When they come now, they saturate in the southwest because of the nearness and stuff like that. So they take advantage of it because anyhow, a stranger is a stranger, no matter how long you live in a place. So they subjugate you, and when election come, like we saw in 2023, and many other ones in the past, they will be in a position now because you are on their soil to tell you how to vote, whom to vote for, and stuff like that. And if you don't, they come and they massacre, they do this, they do that. We saw it happen live in just 2023 here. This is the situation they want to put Biafrans. The situation of total subjugation, where you would be like more on their mercy. So Nnamdi Kanu saw these things. He's seen this thing way, way back. Even when Ojukwu came back, they lured Ojukwu into Nigerian politics. And we saw what happened. They lure you like they are trying to make Nnamdi Kanu to sign that this and that for him to denounce Biafra. He knows. So this is like first-hand experience. You cannot fall 2 times. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. So what the game plan that is for these 2 regions, that's total subjugation. It's ironic that now, because there are things happening that does not favor the Fulani Northern Caliphate, they are now talking as if they care about Biafrans. All these years of 40-something years of ruling, they were the masterminder of subjugation of Biafran people. They are the one. Now Tinubu is doing something they don't want. They are talking, this should be this. They cannot fool us anymore. They cannot continue to fool us. So anybody, when I hear people talk that Fulani say this, no, they are not saying it because they love you. Never, never, never. So that is the short thing I just wanted to say, Okocha. Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you so much, my brother. Let's go back to WhatsApp call. A lot of people have been calling. Let's see hear from their own opinion. But the major issue, if Nnamdi Kanu is released, I believe that everything will change. Everything will change to a new shape. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, good. Yeah, good morning from here. I'm calling from UK just to contribute to discussion.
All right, your name, sir?
My name is Padmo Irebu.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, my contribution is very short, and simple. You can see, personally, thank you for the good work you are doing, the awareness you are creating to people, to those actually who watching your channel. Nigeria, what I want to say is that Nigeria, to me personally, is not a country. And it's already divided in the, by tribal. So going forward, the only thing that can save Nigeria is dividing Nigeria so that all regions will go their separate ways. Because we are not one country. If we are one country, then things will move forward, and then people will go with one voice. So, and our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has already said it. He said we have crossed the point of Rubicon, so there's no going back. And he's a man of his word, and everybody knows that. Now, everybody in Nigeria, most people there who has the vision to see what is ahead and what is happening, have spoken out. Now they are saying it that the best thing is to divide Nigeria so that people will go their separate ways, and the people, so that the indigenous there can live like normal human beings. Have you seen anywhere in the world that people who call themselves a country will take Boko Haram, will take a terrorist group and put them in their own army and police, in the security forces? That to show you that the agenda these people have is unstoppable. And the only thing that can stop it is by telling people now go their separate ways. But the point, what is killing Nigeria is just because of that oil that God gave to us, and then it become a curse to them. The people fighting this very war are those who owns oil wells, whether the British, those outside and those within. They are the ones fighting this very cause, who don't want Nigeria to break. But every region in Nigeria have their own mineral resources. They have oil. Why can't they go and then start to explore their own oil, and then so that people can live and then others live? But because that they're only concentrating on the one that is existing already, that is why they are putting that area down so that they can continue to
extract whatever they're extracting. So Nigeria cannot not move anywhere without releasing Nnamdi Kanu and let all regions go their separate ways and they go and live their life. I think that is what it is. People should know that Nigeria is not one and it will never be one. And nothing can resolve it than letting people go their separate ways.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your opinion.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, Mr. Christian, since you wanted to say something before the call came in.
Oh, yeah, well, I think, it was what I was saying before I ran out, but yeah, just like most of us are saying, I think we're on the same page. As a matter of fact, it's just unfortunate when I hear some people like that brother before who said that if Tinubu is not going to restructure Nigeria. People are just deluding themselves, okay? Yeah, it's not part of the mandate that the Fulani gave to him and asked him to go and sit in Aso Rock. It's not part of it at all. Even the little he tried to do, they are now antagonizing him, fighting him down. How much more? How is he going to? It's not possible. So the only solution to this is like this last caller said, every region, go and govern yourself. Just go and take care of yourself. So your leaders, if they are misbehaving, you'll be able to hold them to account. But as Nigeria is currently constituted, you cannot hold anybody to account. If you protest on the street against Hope Uzodinma, Abuja will give him Nigerian military. They come and slaughter you. And nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing will happen. If they will cover it up, Britain will help them to cover it up. I have my theories or suspicions, but we shall see how it will play out, because every day is for the thief, but one day is for the owner of the house. Let's see with what is going on now. If Britain will be able, I always say this, sometimes it sounds funny that God at the end of the day will have his way. Human beings will have their say, but God will have his way. If Britain can succeed in trying to lure Trump into a different direction, to say to Trump, leave Nnamdi Kanu, leave Nigeria, it belongs to us, it's our colony, we deal with that. Like they've been doing all this years, but we live in a different dispensation now. We shall see how that is going to play out. I tell you that Tinubu, like I just said, he by continuing to keep Nnamdi Kanu with all the people engineering him to ignore Southeast governors to continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu, he may as well be digging his own grave, because like I said earlier, sooner or later, that file is going to get to Trump and he's going to speak. You know he speaks. And when he speaks, everywhere will shake. Whether for good or for bad, everywhere will shake. And especially when you are dealing with a guy whose file is in America as a criminal drug baron, a money launderer, and all the... So really just wait and see, my brother. Thank you.
All right, let's have some callers. Hello. Please off your YouTube so that we can hear from you. Good morning.
Is that to culture?
Off your YouTube so that we can hear from you. Hello. I say you should off your YouTube so that we can hear from you.
My brother, I've been trying your number.
Off your YouTube, off your YouTube so that we can hear from you.
Okay.
Please, if you call them, kindly off your YouTube. Let's have another caller. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
My name is Chichoke. I'm calling from Germany.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Kocha, see, I want to also bring also my contribution to this topic. Hello, am I coming out?
Yeah. Talk to us.
Okay. Mr. Kocha, the truth of the fact is that you see, Nnamdi Kanu, the hand that is holding Nnamdi Kanu is is not only the governors of Southeast or Igbo governors.
That we know.
And international community are also people holding Nnamdi Kanu. Believe me, you see Britain, America, people are just saying Trump can win visit of United of America, Trump will do that, but Trump will not help anybody because that has been the policy scheme. So there is a say that say in our land, with Igbo language, they say that Abaka Atrihenata. That it means that the only thing that keep Igbos helpless in that geographical called Nigeria, the only thing that keep Igbo helpless is because Igbos have been starved of, helping themselves. They have been starved of, defending themselves in all ramifications. Now, if, for example, if somebody is fighting a lion with their bare hands, it's impossible for that person to kill the lion. That is the condition of Igbos in that country. Until there is an atmosphere that will make that thing which people think that they are stronger than them, until it reaches the hands of the common man, you see, this thing will be solved immediately. So, because I want to tell you, I'm from Olu. That's one day, military we are coming when I was in Olu. So I was at the upstairs, I was washing. They came with their ammo tank because something happened when the...
All right, just summarize it so that we'll be able to receive more calls.
I will summarize it. So when they are coming, every road, everywhere was empty. I was in the upstairs, I was washing. They are coming with their ammo tank. And when they had just see a knockout from opposite them, Mr. Gosha, all of them ran inside the quota in defending themselves. You know why they do it? Because they have this sense of something is about to attack them. I think they have to run inside Gota because we are just giving them the opportunity to do anything they want and go. No retaliation, nothing. So I think that has been the thing that has been used against Igbo all this while. And I want to also make to appeal for people like IPOB leader, currently IPOB leader now. I'm not talking about Nnamdi Kanu. People are in charge of the IPOB stuff in the Southeast. They should wake up. Their people are dying. Igbos are dying. They should wake up. They should find strategy to defend their people. Nnamdi Kanu is not there anymore to defend them. And I'm seeing this thing, Nnamdi Kanu is not coming out soon because Nnamdi Kanu is a political prisoner by international community. I'm telling you, let them find strategy to defend themselves. Let them find strategy to defend their people. If it is possible, those who are piloting the affairs of IPOB, they should look for other country who also want our freedom to liaise, to make an alliance, to bring weapons for the common man to defend himself. So this is my little contribution to this topic this morning, and I believe that it will be well someday. But in all ramification, we have to know that our freedom is in our hands, and nobody is going to fight it for us, and we are going to fight it because, as they say, that says that when you expect life, when you want to expect life, death will come, and when you hate your life, you will live.
All right.
Yeah. So when people, Easterners, our youth, decided
we have exhausted your time.
All right. Very, very, appreciating what you are doing. Keep it up. You are emancipating our mindset, and I think that God will help us in this time. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. So the news coming is that Nnamdi Kanu, in fact, I'm even watching the end of the court case. So Nnamdi Kanu refused Binta Nyako to try him. He refused Binta Nyako to say anything. So Binta Nyako has adjourned the case indefinitely.
Yeah.
So that is the news coming from Abuja right now.
Okay.
That is one thing I know, that if at all Binta Nyako want to start the trial, that Nnamdi Kanu will not agree for her to start the trial. So what we are expecting is that maybe the federal government will just withdraw the case. That is what we are expecting, you understand? So apart from federal government withdrawing the case, Nnamdi Kanu will not agree to stand the trial. That is the issue. Let's have another conda. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. Sorry, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, you welcome. Well, my name is Doug. I'm calling from Island. I'm a Yoruba man.
Okay.
I was watching your program, so I came across this topic about Nigeria, stuff like that. Though I watched a video of Okocha, that sometimes he updated on YouTube, so I have him on I subscribe to his channel. So I came across this topic anyway. Let me just go straight to the point. So, what my contribution is, there is no country called Nigeria, my brother. I'm sick and tired of that useless country. Sorry for my language, but that is what that useless country is now. You understand? It's a useless country. Is that country is an abattoir. It is an abattoir where they slaughter humans like animals. How can you live with animals in a country? Let me ask a question. Let me ask a few questions from Nigeria that I'm listening. People who are still saying one Nigeria, one Nigeria. I pray Nigeria will happen to one of your families that are supporting Nigeria as a country. That you still want Nigeria. Now, what has Nnamdi Kanu done that made them to put him in that situation? They put him in the prison. But the Fulanis who are killing people, this man has been saying this for over 10 years, that these people are coming to invade us. They want to take over the man is a prophet. There is no need for you to be looking for the Messiah. The Messiah is already sent to you. And the Messiah for the Yoruba people is Sunday Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu is your Messiah. We should take every necessary measure, because we can't continue this way. We can't continue this way. How long are we going to stay in that country that every day the Fulani will come and do what they normally do, and they will go free? And we will be crying, shouting, all we know from the southwest, from the south, from the southeast, is to carry our phone and start recording. Where the Fulanis are carrying guns. They are carrying AK-47. They are killing us. They are coming in the middle of the night, killing us. Why can't you? What kind of sleep are we sleeping? We are in the midst of danger. We are in the middle of enemies, and we are sleeping. Let us wake up. Let us have, in our community, let us form vigilantes. Let us go and take what they have in their hands. Yeah, they have the right to carry arms. We have the right to carry arms ourselves. Let's destroy everything. Because they are killing us. They keep killing us every day.
How many are we? If you have 5,000 chicken, and the fox is coming every day to pick one out of 10, when the chicken not finish, will it not finish? How long are we going to wait and say, oh, governor will help us, president will help us? How long is the governor helping the Fulani to come and kill you? Is the president stopping the Fulani to come and kill you? You say, don't listen to the governor, kill them back. Go to their place. Don't look at them like some people are innocent. Go to that market where the Fulanis are selling. They must go there, destroy them. Because these people, they know what they are doing. They don't care about you. All they want is take over your land. Look at how they did to Hausa. Why are we in the south so dummy? Why are we so dummy? Look at what is happening in Congo. Is it Congo? Yeah, look at what is happening now. The teachers, I watch a video. The teachers, the farmers are now going to submit themselves to protect their place. They're now going to submit themselves to become vigilante, to become a fighter, to become a military, to protect their community. They are now listening their food. I saw them. They want to put down their name, put down everything. They gave them guns. They gave them AK-47. Well, there's this useless animal. What they are doing to you, do it to them. When you do it to them, that useless Sultan of Sokoto will not be telling you guys to have Sharia. Look at how they are trying to colonize you people. And your leaders are sitting there saying it's one Nigeria. That leaders, you guys should take care of those leaders first. And that's what we are telling the Yoruba leaders. If we get to a stage, there will be the first people that we will deal with. We will deal with them that will take their life. We will deal with them, the killing that will take their life. That will take their life. Because enough is enough. The country is not working. Look at the history. How can you tell me to be living with my enemy? And this so-called leader, they knew that Fulanis are our enemies. They knew it. Because people did not go to Sokoto to go and say, we want to start selling tea. We want to start selling drinks. We want to start build church beside where the useless satanic of Sokoto is. They didn't go there. And with somebody will now come to your own place and tell you that I want to take over your family. I want to take over your land. And you now say because it's the food that what is so special about these people? Is it not one life they have? Is it not one goodness everybody will connect? Is it not? The goodness you will give to me that will penetrate my body. Is the one I will give to you that will penetrate your body. Look, you guys are just folding your hands. They are killing. Look how many people they killed in Ebony. Look, I saw the video and I was sharing here.
It's all right, sir. We have exhausted your time.
This is annoying. Where is those people? People are coming to kill you, to colonize you, and you are sitting down there. They tell everyone, go outside of the state house, put fire on the state house, turn everything down. Go to food and market, destroy it. Do them. Don't wait. Then when you do that, the UN will intervene. Nnamdi Kanu will be out. Everybody will go their separate way. Let us start it now. If we don't do something, then we think we are okay. Trump is here now. Do something. Let Trump come and intervene. Trump will take the Fulani out when you started. Trump will support you. My people, rise up. If Trump leave and Nigeria doesn't fix and Tinubu leave, I swear to God, Nigeria is going to be history. Like Nnamdi Kanu say, if you don't act now, that man is an angel. He shouldn't die.
It's okay, sir.
To go in mass and go to that, they push down Nnamdi Kanu and bombard the place. They can't kill us all. They'll be killing us. Thank you.
Anyway, he was emotional, and most of the things he said was right, but some of the things he said is not right. Okay. It's unfortunate anyway, but it is what it is. I have seen people who spent, in detention during their struggle, like Nelson Mandela. At the end, they were victorious. And today, everybody remember Nelson Mandela now for his resilience, for not giving up on the struggle. Just imagine if Nelson Mandela had given up.
Yeah.
20-something years he was in detention. And that is what I want people to understand, that when you have integrity, you suffer more because you are not ready to compromise. Yeah, Mr. Wimbo.
You see, what we should understand is that if you are out to fight for freedom, especially in a place like Nigeria, Nigeria is a very, very vital country for the rest of the world.
Yes.
If you look at the position of Nigeria, if you look at the human resources of Nigeria, you look at there are so many things these people have seen in that country that we have not seen yet. You do not know. Everybody is talking of DR Congo has the more natural, DRC has more natural resources. But have you ever questioned the vast land of Nigeria and what you can get even in the northern part of Nigeria? In terms of agriculture, you know what that country, because you see this world, there are interest groups, people with vested interest in that country. And these people are the top. Majority of them are members of the United Nations Permanent Security Council. Britain is there. France is there. Every now and then, Tinubu is shuttling to France. And I believe that he is in France now for this AI, artificial intelligence, conference. He is there right now. You do not know what they are talking about. And when you look at how the Mali, now Ivory Coast is kicking France out, Ivory Coast is on the verge of kicking France out right now. Alassane Ouattara is on the verge of kicking them out. Then Mali, Niger, Chad is also coming. You see, so there is no other place they will fall back to, apart from finding way to form an alliance with Nigeria. And remember, Nigeria is not a francophone country. The question you will ask is, why is this fraternization between Macron and Tinubu? Is there something that, cooking on the ground that we don't know? Or is he trying to use Macron to prevail upon United States in order to right his, debris, his deadly, bag, his deadly bottom, his dirty things that he did in the UK out of it? Because you remember there was a publication that he is paying $2.something million to one of the biggest lobbyist group in America to write his, to take away most of those bad things that he has done in America that is hanging over his head till now. Is that what they are doing? What agreement is this man signing secretly? Memorandum of understanding that is using. Remember also that Nigeria is using your crude oil and gas to collect loan up front. They are using your gas. They are using your gas and crude oil to collect as collateral, to collect loan up front. This is what this country is doing. But my people, the problem we have is our people. The entire Southeast, the entire South at it is now. You are the problem of yourselves. The day you come together to fight this court, the day you come together, the day you throw away majority of these people, throw away this, bickering that is going on, this hate that is going on, they sowed into the heart and mind of our people, Nigeria will never be the same. And if you continue to fight the way you fight yourselves, If you continue to play into the hands of these people, the caliphate, that's what I call them. The caliphate controls all the affairs that is going on in Nigeria. They are the one the British handed over the scepter of power to rule the rest of Nigeria by proxy through them. That is why every now and then they will tell you, they have the audacity to tell you that they own Nigeria. They own Nigeria because of what they gave to them. You understand me? If all of you will come together, find a very good, solid ground to land, my brother, Nigeria will never be the same. How do you want to tell you for the life of me, man's no culture, that the goose that lays the golden egg do not benefit? You know, the goose that lays the golden egg. You are the goose that lays the golden egg. Why must you be treated in this manner? The only thing they will give to you is security. The way they are, you know, they have given, what is his name? The Avengers man. What is his name? Tampolo. Where the bread, the gold, everything is in your father's land. But the only thing they will give you is to guard the pipelines. Is that what they can give you? And you gladly took it. Asare Dokubo is there fighting his own, they use it to fight his own brothers, thinking that they would like you at the end. Hey, you are just deceiving yourself. I tell you, if you people will come together, in fact, things will change in that country, and the life of average Biafran in that country will be a very different thing. And those the riverine areas, I don't know how it is going to be, but I would love to see it happening. That is my own. Because Nigeria, you continue to live in Nigeria, they will not restructure. They have the highest number in the National Assembly. The Constitution is tilted, 1999 Constitution, which I call our military decree that was given to Nigeria, is tilted to suit them. They have everything, quota system, whatever. And anytime, because they will tell you that they have the numbers to intimidate you. And it is only in Nigeria that I have discovered that the natural system of life is that wherever there is water, there is life. But in Nigeria, it's the opposite. Where there is desert, that is where you see more life. But where there is water and sea, there is no life over there. It shocks me, my brother. Thank you.
All right. Just to chip in something, if you saw the video I published there before yesterday, how fake identities were discovered. You see, we have a lot of fake people, fake identity, who are not Nigerians. So Tinubu has ordered a cleanup of fake people who are from Niger Republic, Chad, who have NIN, who have voters card, and so on and so forth. This country, if you continue to talk the problem of this country, people who are from other countries will just be asking you, are you sure of what you are saying? Because they have never heard anything like that. It's so unfortunate. So we are coming to the end of the program.
But Okocha, can I just quickly ask, that thing that Tinubu said he wants to do, like, is it to count census, something like that, right?
Yes, he wants to do electronic census, but what he has started now is to clean up non-Nigerians in Nigerian system, and that will be very difficult for him to do.
Exactly. Well, that is what I was going to say, because those Fulani from the Sahel who already, not that they are coming in, they're already inside. And this northern elite, they are the pioneers. They ginger up, they cooked up this thing. They will give them local council numbers and registration and everything, carrying their name, and they speak house, all of them. So how you cannot, how are you going to clean it up? They already mixed up. Yeah. They're already inside. They have the local government names and registration, and they thumbprint them. They give them everything. So this is just a share. It's a waste of time. You can't clean up anything because they're already inside.
They only saw 6,000.
Well, there are millions
out of millions.
Okay, and that 6,000, So what do they say, that they are not Nigerians? Who are they? Where are they? And where are they now? Are they going to send them back? Or they are just, all this whole thing that Tinubu is doing, they just wasting, fooling the gullible people. There's no solution to Nigeria. You can take it anywhere. There's no solution. The only solution is everybody go your way and manage yourself as you deem fit. Anything other than that is a deception of the highest level. It's not going to work. So the news you brought now, should I say, is breaking news, like they will say, that Binta, so they postponed well, but most people anticipated it. They just keep stalling. They will keep stalling and stalling, and they know what they are doing. It's a game collaboration with the British, with the Igbo governors, with the Fulanis and the rest of them, because Nigeria means so. And I can, so again, when we talk, sometimes people say, "Oh, we are wasting all this or whatever," but we know what we are talking. That country is it's a focal point, and Britain owns that country. Now, but what is funny is there's this Yoruba girl, Kemi Badenot, who has been speaking lots of, because he's the leader of, leader of the Conservative Party. He's saying this, he's saying that. Okay, now, give him whatever it is, but can you please tell the British government to hands off, leave Nigeria alone, leave the people alone, so that let them decide if they want to go their separate way. Stop keeping it as your business center, because that is what it is. The Fulanis are running it for you. So if you say that migrants, they are coming into your country, you don't want them to come, and you want to decree a law that they have to be 15 years before they can get citizenship, because that is what I'm hearing now in the UK. Now, why don't you leave the Nigeria, leave the country alone, mind your own business? Why are you holding it as after how many centuries now? More than a century, you are still the one you appointed these Fulanis to run it on your behalf. This is exactly what is going on in that country. So that don't make sense. The best thing should be hands off the country, hands off completely, so that if the people of the country want to, disembark, disintegrate, so that they can be better. But you don't want that. They don't want, because they are enjoying the natural resources from both south and north, all the region. And so you see what's going on. And now, probably, that with Tinubu, they are collaborating now, running to Macron in France with the British, so that they will see how much influence they can exert, maybe through Trump, so that he doesn't. It's crazy, but we shall see how this thing plays out, because Trump now is focusing on South Africa. South Africa, who is there, they are talking about Israel, but in their own continent, Africa as a continent, there's lots of genocide going on, massacre everywhere. The South African government has never called Nigerian government and said, why you continue to buy this? Why you put gun on their head? When for over more than 6 decades now, after the Civil War, all the South African presidents, they know about Nigeria, they know about Biafra. Some of them study, some of them lived in Biafra land. And the rest of them. So why are they not speaking out about what is going on? How many people were killed from Christmas to this time, this December? You know how many people they've killed in Biafra? They all know this thing, but they will not speak. But it's Israel own that South Africa is carrying on their head. How about one happening in your own continent? Why not say
them?
Exactly, he has to deal with that. Why not South Africa raise the motion that give these people referendum? If you think that you continue to hold over 70 million people in captivity with gun on their head, how are you you're not moving forward. You can never move
Nigeria,
forward.
When Nigeria was a country, when Nigeria was viable, Nigeria spent approximately 1 billion in the fight against apartheid.
Exactly.
They harbored Nelson Mandela in Nigeria as a refugee, and so on and so forth. So now Nigeria can't do something like that again, because we are no longer respected. We don't have what it takes even to protect our people. Nigeria is no longer a nation. So I think it would have been a better thing if South Africa would reciprocate what Nigeria did for them then. Because as I speak to you, people are busy talking about Palestine, Gaza, Ukraine. But what is happening and nobody's talking about it?
Exactly.
It's unfortunate anyway. Mr. Wimbum. Yeah, Mr. Wimbum, you wanted to say something.
Yes, you see, what Mazi Christian brought in here now is what has been, I warned South Africa. I warned them And I want anybody that is standing, taking, even Nigeria, Nigeria, Shetima went to the United Nations Congress and made a very nonsensical statement in support of the Palestinian. But right there in your own backyard, right there, you have two ethnic groups that are fighting for their own
self-determination.
The is there, the Biafran people are there, but you are pointing gun on their heads. You don't have the moral status to go and speak of the Palestinians, whereas the same thing is going on right under your own backyard. You cannot give what you don't have. Exactly. This is what is really going. You can't give what. Stay away for these people. In fact, who knows? Maybe that is the place. Something that is, there is what we call an affinity. When those of you that study, electricity, is it current? Physics. That is what they call physics. That's what they call affinity. Electrons affinity and so on and so forth. Who knows? If this comment that these people are making is what is going to draw the attention of Trump, because he is a no-nonsense man. He's a missionary. Anybody that speaks against Israel will go into the bad book of America, whether Trump is there or not. No matter what happens, you go there. Who knows? They said the death that is going to kill a small dog will never allow it to perceive the odor of an excreta. Will go in front there and die. So I am just telling you, let them continue with what they are doing. We will continue with what we are doing. At the end of it all, God will definitely prevail upon the affairs of men. And those who are genuinely fighting for their freedom, who are fighting not to invade other spaces, definitely there will be a sign of relief for them. As for Nnamdi Kanu, I told you before, Okocha, when we started, I don't see anything that is going to happen in there. They will do the normal thing, just like Pela said, their original blood, misery, and that is what they are going to do. Them what the original trademark. That is what they are going to. That is what they are known for. They don't encourage justice. They don't encourage human rights protection. They would detain you as long as they have the power to do that. And that is not a nation. A nation is a nation that upholds rule of law. These people cannot uphold rule of law. That is what is going on there. And they are writing their records in the eyes of the world. There comes a time when even those people that are having economic interest in that country will be tired of what is going on in that country. There will come a time for it. So I will encourage my people to continue to do what they are doing. My mother, people, you, Mazo Kocha, Naboche, I will encourage all of you to do what you are doing. You have an existential problem in Biafra land. You have invaders coming from the Sahel to invade your land. They are doing it and they are buying people, decimating their body, in fact, mutilating their bodies. Look at the kind of dead bodies that you see on that day, how their body were tampered and ruptured. In fact, as if the people that were doing it don't even have blood in their own system. This is what I cry every day. And when to make the matter, to worsen the whole situation, you see the political elites, after viewing all those evil, they cannot come out and speak. And when they speak like cowards. Man, if you can tweet this, Igbo political elites, virtually all of them are cowards. They are not Igbo-like. They are not Igbo-like. They have no clout anymore to speak, and the world will listen to them because they are embedded with corruption and criminal in politics. That is how I see them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Christian. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Can I quickly ask you? From the massacre in Ebonyi, have the government or the government in Ebonyi, have they apprehended the culprit? Do you hear any news like, has the government gone after them? Have they captured them?
No.
Like before, as usual, that's how it's going to die off. Then the people who massacre more than a dozen.
It has been happening like that, sir. It has been happening like that time without number. Even that very day, I made the report that policemen came, they were guiding the dead body instead of them to go after the people who massacred those people.
Okay. If it was America or Britain or Europe, any other country, for the most part, the government will stop at nothing in going after them to capture the perpetrators. This is what government does. But even the government of Nigeria, Tinubu, I'm not sure he mentioned anything about it. But if in a normal country, the president will address it. But Nigeria is a norm. It's just the usual thing now. So is that what people want to be? Or they are hoping that it will stop one day? You lie from the pit of hell. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless. Keep on doing what we are doing. We are not doing much, but we are doing something. Thank you. My brother, Mas, God bless.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Hallelujah.